So here we are, day 2 of the extended Battle of Goerlitz, which we started Friday morning for this battle, because this, once they're all on the table, rivals the battle for Magdeburg and Wachau, the southern side of Leipzig. So some of these, my colleague Duncan Forrest brought along some of the Russians from his collection, so these Cossacks are his, along with this fine looking Russian foot artillery battery. So as a what if, this is just before the historical battles of Dresden or Leipzig, where it's been deemed that the Allies have managed to sneak a surprise. They've stolen a march on Napoleon, but Napoleon's very quickly converging his armies that were spread, should I say, that were spread along the southern side of Germany to protect against such a thing. More of Duncan's Cossacks, painted by Neil Sheardown. Neil does a fantastic job. Paris Tiger, I think, is the name of his company now, isn't it? So I think he's going to be doing a bit more of this painting malarkey. So take a look, Google it, you'll soon find his contact details. I'll see if I can post it in the bottom. There's some more of his Cossacks that he's done. Very nice. The basing's done by Duncan though, so Neil hasn't done the basing, but yeah, the combination is really, really cracking. There's another Russian battery. That's what I'm on there. So we've got a usual mix for the post-armistice 1813 battles with Austrians, Russians and Prussians combined against the French. French have got a Polish division here as well, and some Polish cavalry, etc. So the Prussians don't realise that there is a flank march approaching, and it's going to come in on this point here. So these chaps here will have a nasty surprise coming their way. It's not a cavalry division, it's an infantry division with a regiment of lights with it, I believe. So the debris where guys are using the quick reference sheets. The tiles are yet to be put on, so they're blinds that we use for the fog of war, etc. And the roster sheets are just for the battalion casualties, so the infantry, anything like a skirmisher, artilleryman or cavalryman takes a white ring, much like these little rings here, curtain rings, which at times are like hen's teeth to actually get hold of, bizarrely. There's the Saxon Guard de Corps and the Zastrow Cuirassier. Very nice. So as I say, this is the second day. Friday was the start of the battle. They started at about 9 o'clock, I think, and they've been rattling on all day. They've yet got a number of reserves to still arrive. So none of the French Guard have arrived yet. And there's obviously that flanking march that I spoke about earlier. And there's some of our classic Hinchliffe Cuirassier, painted by either Phil Robinson or Peter Gilder back in the day. So we've got 2 regiments there, and they still stand the test of time. They're lovely figures. That'll do for now. I'll try and do another video later on this afternoon and show you how things are developing. Thanks.